Okay, if you have kids or have even been near a kid in the last few years, you know the name, Cocomelon. But here's the thing, this isn't just some random kid show. It's a media empire, one that has absolutely cracked the code on toddler attention. So what's their secret? Let's break down the blueprint behind this phenomenon.
It all starts with a number that is just, well, it's hard to even wrap your head around. 200 million. That's how many subscribers they have on their main YouTube channel. To give you some perspective, that's more than double the entire population of Germany. This isn't just a popular channel, it's a genuine global force. So that leads us to the big question, right? How on earth did a channel that started out with simple nursery rhymes become this absolute titan of media? And I'll give you a hint, it was not an accident. This was all part of a very, very smart strategy. So first, let's just try to grasp the staggering scale of this thing. We're not just looking at a YouTube channel. We're really analyzing a business that has a reach most media companies can only dream of. All right, next up, we're going to decode the actual Cocomelon formula. What is the secret recipe that makes their videos so stucky, so effective, that they rack up billions and billions of views? The whole empire, literally everything, is built on this really simple but brilliant foundation. Short, super catchy 3-minute music videos. They've got this bright 3D animation, and the topics, they are laser focused on the everyday life of a little kid, stuff they instantly recognize and connect with. You can actually break their content down into a matrix built on 3 core ideas. First, you've got learning. You know, the basics like letters, numbers, colors. Think Yes, Yes, Vegetable song. Then there are routines. They turn everyday stuff like bath time or cleaning up into a fun song. And finally, movement. These are the high-energy songs with really simple, repetitive actions designed to just get kids moving. But the formula, it doesn't stop there. Cocomelon has strategically built a content library that's designed to fit into a child's entire day, from when they're bouncing off the walls to when they're winding down for bed. And here is a perfect example of how they do it. On one side, you have their Let's Move series. These are short, high-energy videos with one goal: get those wiggles out. But on the other side, you have their Wiggle to Wind Down podcast. It's a totally different format, much longer, way calmer, with stories and gentle stretches to help kids settle down for sleep. They're literally owning both ends of a child's energy spectrum. And to do all this, they use every single tool YouTube has to offer. You've got the core 3-minute videos, of course, but there are also quick-hit visual loops for the short speed, long-form podcasts for quiet time, and maybe most important of all, endless playlists that just serve up a continuous stream of content. For parents, that's the magic set it and forget it button. Okay, so they've perfected the content. What's the next phase of the blueprint? Expand the universe. This is where Cocomelon goes from being just a single channel to this huge, sprawling network, and they do it through a really smart mix of internal expansion and external alliances. So first, they start franchising their own characters. I mean, why keep all that star power on one channel, right? They launch spin-offs like Cody Time or JJ's Animal Time. Each one builds its own loyal audience around a specific character, which creates all these new ways for people to discover the Cocomelon world. And then they look outward. They start teaming up with other massive brands. They create playdates with an icon like Hello Kitty, instantly tapping into Sanrio's huge fan base. They co-produce podcasts with a wellness giant like Headspace, which gives them all this credibility. They even cross-promote with other huge kids' channels like Blippi. This isn't just playing nice, it's a calculated strategy to grab new audiences and totally cement their spot at the top. And the results of this strategy, they're just wild. Yeah, the main channel is a giant at 200 million subs, but look at the spin-offs. JJ's Animal Time is pulling in over 15 million. Cody Time has more than 8 million. These are not small side projects. These are huge, successful channels all on their own. So, what ties all this together? The amazing product, the smart expansion, the big collaborations, it all comes back to a single, really clear, and very parent-friendly mission. This right here. This is their motto, straight from their channel. It's so simple, it's so positive, and it speaks directly to what every parent wants for their kid. It's not just positioning itself as fun entertainment, it's framing itself as enrichment. So here's the absolute genius of it. Baked into all their content are what they call pro-social life lessons. Now, for parents who might feel a little guilty about screen time, this is a game changer. It reframes watching Cocomelon from, a passive babysitter into a valuable shared activity, an opportunity to teach and play with your kids.
That's an incredibly powerful sell. Which leaves us with one last really fascinating question. When you combine a perfectly optimized product with a masterful expansion strategy and a core mission that speaks directly to parents' hearts, you get this system of unbelievable scale. So you just have to wonder, in this endless modern battle for our attention, have they created the ultimate blueprint that nobody else can ever hope to replicate?